What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And you might notice I'm not in my garage. I'm actually in my office. And that's because today we're working on a project that is not car related. But like most car guys, I'm also a watch guy. And so today we're going to be working on some watch storage. Now, a few years ago, I ran across this article on Hoodinkee that had a really cool idea for watch storage involving Pelican cases. And I was able to create one using the article. That's turned out really great. I've stored all my watches in there, and now my collection is starting to grow a little bit, so I need something bigger. So I'm simply just doing the same project, but making it a bit bigger. And I thought it'd be interesting to show you guys how I'm doing it and the final results. So check this out. First thing is my current watch storage right now, which holds about 8 watches. This is a Pelican case, Pelican 1200, which is a really nice size. You can carry it around pretty easily. I've actually got the article up here of showing me how I made this a couple years ago. And so let's take a look here. These are great cases. They're not cheap, but very sturdy. They're waterproof and easy to carry around watches. So this gives you an idea of what the watch storage looks like. I've got one extra one because my collection is growing here. But this one comfortably holds 8 watches. I think it looks pretty good. It's very secure, safe, waterproof. So I just kind of keep this in the house in a safe spot, and I can just swap out watches as I go. So let me show you how I'm doing this on basically the same case, but bigger. So it can hold pretty much 3 times the watches. And I'll show you the method I'm using according to this article, and you can try it out yourself. So this is actually the Pelican 1500 case. I bought this on Amazon. It was about $170 with tax shipped. It's very big, well, especially compared to the other one. So let's see what we're working with here to build this storage. Excuse the mess here. Essentially what we're doing is we're taking toothpicks and we're marking off 2x5 kind of rectangles. And so this foam, this pick and pluck foam is very cool. So you can see that there's little squares here, and they run all the way down to the bottom of the case. And so what I've done is taken toothpicks and I've just marked out every 2x5 squares. So you can see squares here, here's a square, here's a square, here's a square, here's a square, and so on. There's 3 rows, there'll be 8 in each one. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knife and we're gonna cut down here and all the way to the bottom, and then pull that foam out. And once we pull that foam out, which comes out like this, and we're gonna trim about 1/3 off. So it's a little bit higher, bigger over here. We're gonna trim that 1/3 off because you're gonna put the watch around here and stuff it in like so. So I've already done 4 of these. So I'm just gonna cut this one out. I'll show you what that looks like. We'll cut off the foam and put it back in. So it's actually pretty easy to cut this foam here. You can see it kind of pulls apart naturally. And I'm just using these toothpicks as my guide of where they're gonna go. And you just cut all the way down to the bottom and then pull it out. So let's take care of that, and then I'll pull this thing out. Okay, so you can see this is what came out here. And then we're just gonna cut off about 1/3 and then stick that back in, and that's it. And then we've gotta do it for the rest of these. So this is the longest part of the process, but it's pretty straightforward. So we'll get to it. All right, there we have it. So we've got 3 rows of 8. I'm not really worried if some of these cuts don't look too straight, because once you start putting watches on it, it covers it up and it's gonna look fine. But yeah, looks pretty good. I'm not gonna have enough watches to fill this up, but that's another problem for some other time. So let's go ahead and put a few watches in here. So this is a Rolex GMT Master 1 from about 1970 that I picked up around Christmas time. I get a blue bezel on it that I put on there to give it that blueberry look, which I really like. And we're gonna put this right dead in the center. So just got the watch closed around here on our stuff. And we're just gonna fit it right in there. This thing is very deep, so I'm not worried about it getting caught or anything like that. And there she is. Okay, now let's fill out the rest. All right, there you have it. We've got about 10 watches here. So we've got another 14 to go, which will take some time. One thing I did notice is that I cut off 1/3 of each of the backings here. And a lot of it depends on the size of your wrist, but I found that actually the 1/3 that I cut off fit better under here than the full one. So I'll give you an example. This Tudor here, this is what I left over, and as you can see, I kind of stuffed it in there. I'm gonna leave it like this because I can always trim it more if I want. I don't think it really matters that much. They're not quite as loose. They're a little bit more loose with this, if you just use a third piece, but I think it really kind of depends on the size of your wrist. I probably could have cut them in half instead of 2/3 and use that. But overall, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. And then we could just close the case. Oh, let's see, it's pretty sturdy here. Connects really well, locks really tight like that. And it's got a great handle. So yeah, all in all, really cool, fun little project. Not very expensive. I don't really plan to travel with these watches. That thing is heavy duty. I don't really plan to travel much with these watches, but it makes swapping out watches a lot easier, keeps them secure in the house. So yeah, highly recommend. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.